Sagittarius, welcome to your full moon in Leo reading, and I hope this finds you well as this lunar energy is hitting your ninth house. Oh, of all things Sagittarian, oh yes. Beliefs, higher learning, might have to do with gurus, might have to do with long distance travel. So think about, the last 6 months from August 16th of 2023 onward. It could be that there's something you started during that time that is now coming to culmination, fruition. Hopefully, you're completing it successfully, maybe having to do with a belief system or something that you've taken on in terms of learning, or maybe even traveling long distance. But I do see a lot of pressure coming in from matters having to do with your locale where you live, maybe your neighborhood, neighbors, perhaps siblings, putting some kind of pressure on you, maybe because of things going on out in the world, and you having to take a look at the facts in response to maybe a belief system that you're now having to let go of and release, or at least they're pressuring you to do that. It could be. And I do see that you are being challenged right now in terms of getting expansion with something having to do with your daily life, maybe health routines, work, vocation, a job, okay? But there's something being challenged in terms of the sixth house matters. Let's see what the overarching energy is for Sagittarius. Stuck in the mud. No, how could that be? Not Sagittarius. Y'all got places to go, people to see, things to do. But notice that 24 breaks down to a 6. So again, are you stuck in a daily routine? Are you just going through the motions? I don't know if this is work related, showing up to a job, showing up to work. Keep going through the same daily routine and it's getting a little more unpredictable. I don't know. It's almost sounding like, hey, do you have some Capricorn placements here? Maybe y'all are right next to Capricorn, okay? Let's see what the card's saying. We did get a flipper right there. So there's maybe a missed opportunity, something that has possibly disappointed you, but I'm hearing apathetic. Okay, what's going on that has made y'all apathetic? Oh my gosh, look at that. And I'm getting endurance. I'm hearing endurism. Are you just like continuing to invest in something, work hard, persevere? Why you just keep kind of doing it because you feel at the end of the day it's going to get you somewhere, like you're going to get a return on that investment if you do it, but your heart doesn't seem to be in it. There's some kind of boredom with whatever you're doing. There's something lackluster about it. I don't know if you're really interested in it, okay? What you're having to release right now, it could be your energy or another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Page of Wands in reverse, though, could also just simply be an energy of someone not really listening, or there's problems communicating, somebody's not showing an interest or not being focused, and so that's something you're having to let go of with this full moon. And your power is in taking decisive action during this time. How you're going to get expansion is stepping into this Queen of Wands energy where you're really living from the heart, being passionate, being confident, being determined, and bringing some warmth, which you absolutely can do. How do you live more from the heart? Maybe heal something, okay? And again, I don't know why I'm being brought back to the sixth house. Kind of balance, moderation that needs to be practiced here. And so for some of you also, living a more spirit-led life, being more guided by things of the spirit. So yeah, that could be your energy, or or a Cancer. And let me say, I'm getting a lot of people in signs showing up here. So there might be a lot of people in your life, air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, actually is showing up in a position of power for you. You yourself bring the expansion. If somebody's not listening, okay, there's a communication problem here. And it might be that somebody's not showing an interest, or they're putting something off, or they broke promises. 2 pages could be people, very young energy, children, maybe subordinates at a job, possibly also a lot about communications. Really craptastic is what I'm getting. Really craptastic communications, like somebody is not listening, they're not focused. That needs to be released. And mind you, this lunar and solar energy right now is bringing up a lot of communication issues going on your day-to-day. So whoever is around you that is not listening or not focusing, that's something that maybe you're going to have to let go of. Your power seems to be taking actions on something that you have some pretty strong beliefs in, okay? And becoming more focused and decisive, even if it's a stressful truth, and it might have to do with your energy or another fire sign. It might be somebody in authority, in a leadership role, that has been a bad leader, okay? It could also have to do with somebody not listening to the leading of spirit, not paying attention to their intuition. And again, I'm getting a lot of not listening, all right? And I see, again, some stuckness here of how do we get out of this, because this keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Like it's the same monotonous BS. Might be, again, there's some brutal truth here about somebody is scattered and not focused, or they're disregarding the consequences of their behavior, and they need to slow it down. They need to take a moderate, balanced approach and listen to their intuition. Oh boy, I think some of y'all are dealing with a boss that is just out of control, or like there's communication problems with a boss. I'm just getting a lot of work vibe and communication problems, and it seems like the boss keeps showing up upside down, and you can't get out of some kind of rut with communication problems. And so I think your power is, I'm getting something about taking charge of a situation that has gone out of control. Like, are you dealing with somebody who's just out of order? All they're concerned about is themselves, and they're not being flexible, and they might lack discipline. They might try to control others when they should be controlling themselves. Because I do feel like there's somebody in authority that is blocking this. And it might be that spirit is leading you to miss an opportunity, okay? And I don't know, again, if this is with a job, it could be with a home or some kind of material opportunity, where it almost seems like for you to live more from the heart right now is to just kind of be patient and wait on the leading of spirit until you get a green light. As of right now, I think it's a red light saying this is not a good time to take advantage of an opportunity. There's something with a bad investment, or somebody is maybe greedy or not bringing the security and safety. So for that reason, that might be a missed opportunity. So for some of you, you're having to invest in something over the long term. You're having to endure some things that appear to be very difficult. But I feel like this is a lot of putting in the groundwork, and you're not entirely seeing the growth right now. There might be some domestic strife going on. There may be some dependency issues, or you're feeling like, I can't get the growth. Like, I'm putting in all of this investment and there's no growth or expansion here. Particularly around a feminine energy. I am seeing possibly a wife and a husband showing up here. But yeah, they both seem like not in their best light, if I can say so. It seems like some pretty difficult energy, where there's a lack of nurturing, lack of growth. There's also a lack of discipline and order. So feelings that you're having during this time could involve, being empathetic with someone who, maybe there's some hopelessness and frustration. Maybe there's something going on that, you felt disgusted by, that you are repelled by. I mean, it's kind of, it's not good. Like, there's some dark shadow energy here that I think is showing up around this time. Yet at the same time, you are compassionate with someone, maybe compassionate with yourself or someone who's dealt with these emotions. But again, I'm getting a boredom and when is this going to change? And needing to step into your own power to overcome this. Really just to break out of this stuckness. Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So, honestly, this card kind of threw me for a loop, because I see y'all as a go-getter, and I'm like, oh no, that's so not you. But I am getting a message here that perhaps for a time and a season, you are being asked to just kind of be in this energy, so you stop and savor what's going on in your day-to-day life right now, and just slow down and look around, and maybe shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention onto something else. Because struggling to get somewhere faster is maybe just going to put you in muddier places. So this is maybe not the time for you to move forward, but to observe and have some clarity about your circumstances. That'll come later, is really what the advice is saying. So stop, find the joy in what you've been overlooking, and soon you'll be out of the mud. But for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. So be blessed.